Hello, Benjamin Yogis, Jessie Raspiller here. Happy May. We are on into another month, and with another month comes a new theme. But before we get ahead of ourselves, I just want to back up because for me, it feels like this next month is sort of just aligning so perfectly. So, in April, we were celebrating the idea of becoming and sort of beginning to do all of the inner changes within ourselves to begin to awaken what is in there. And then this month, as we step into May, it's all about this big reveal. And for me, I've been out in the backyard twice now planting my garden. The first time got it eaten by some critters, but I think we've got it going. In the interim, I had planted some seeds, and I didn't think that any of them were going to form into anything. And then to my surprise, a couple of days ago, just before the beginning of this next month, two little bean sprouts began to pop up. And it was just, exactly like the quote that Chelsea had shared with us last month for this idea of becoming, that this idea that things have to almost seemingly destruct before they can be revealed. And if you watch nature and the mirror that it creates for us, for me, these little beanstalks, it looked like this act of destruction. I mean, just this way that they come out of the earth and then protrude the leaves out of the shell and the pod that they've been in. It's beautiful, but it's chaos. And now this big reveal of everything that they're becoming is out there, and we get to start to see, just like ourselves being mirrored, this sort of retreat that we've been doing over the last month and a half, wherever we're at in this. We get to sort of see what has become for ourselves through this reveal. And this doesn't have to mean that we have been sitting in the darks of everything, just calculating this moment that we are going to reveal ourselves in the month of May. But this really just means an opportunity to check in with ourselves, that as we've taken this retreat, what is sort of shining to the surface for us? For me, I've been doing a lot of shadow work during this period, and for me, a lot has bubbled to the surface. And so today, I am actually outing myself a little bit. Not a little bit, actually. This feels like a very big reveal for me. I sort of got this hit after I recorded last week's Lunatic Love podcast, and immediately the next day, I had this week's episode ready to go for you guys. I have been a little bit in hiding from you guys, I'd say, for the last year. I've been kind of sprinkling and inkling, but just sort of scared to share some things with you guys. And I didn't realize that until I stepped back into myself over this last month, just how available I have been making myself to certain capacities, and all of these things that I've had within myself that I sprinkle around, but I haven't actually gone into the depth and explained this all to you guys, and the things that I have been culminating and sort of growing within myself. And so I'm so excited, and also just this feels like a big moment for me of sort of revealing myself out to you guys, and these layers of myself that I have become, not just over the past month, but really over the past few years. This has been building up inside of me, and now I'm finally ready to sort of share it off with you. I think I don't really have a choice. It's out there now, this video, and between the podcasts, it's out there. So I would love for your feedback. There was some invitations for you guys at the end of the podcast. So I'm curious, is this something that you guys have been working on for yourself? Am I alone in this? Am I showing too much of myself? For me, it feels really wonderful to stop sort of hiding behind this curtain that I have, more or less. So I'm really excited to put this out there and to see how we can work together on these new pieces that I am beginning to show out to you guys. So I would love for you to take a moment to listen to our Lunatic Love podcast this week, episode 13 coming at you. You can find that on all the major podcast networks. And then, of course, we'll be having some really exciting things coming up this next month. And then hopefully we'll start to begin to reveal ourselves out to the greater public slowly but surely. At least here in Ventura, we're starting to get out and wave to each other at the parks and the beaches. And then slowly we will all hopefully reveal ourselves and start to get back to little blippets of what the future might hold. So in the meantime, I hope that you guys are staying safe and healthy and sane as you begin to check in with yourself and reveal everything that's been waiting to be exposed for yourself and to others. So I hope that you guys are out there venturing well.